What's good? Chaotic Nation, it is your boy Chaos here. Welcome back to Pokemon Shiny Hunting on Route 2. I accidentally hit the record button instead of the other one, and I also need to check to make sure that I didn't accidentally. I think I said did probably go across as I started streaming on YouTube again. Let me just make sure it didn't do that. It might have. It did not. So that's good to know. Cool. So yeah, definitely check out the YouTube channel. We just finished the stream over there if you missed it. Love to have you guys join us. But we're back with some shiny hunting on Route 2. Looking for anything that's not anything to be shiny, honestly, at this point in time. I'm going to get that prediction rolling again. Rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. You have 30 minutes to vote, so please feel free to use your channel points to vote. Other than that, we're going to get going. I don't know how I feel about streaming at this point right now, but it's kind of weird. I'm the stream on the Sunday slot because I'm kind of, you know, I just finished another stream and I'm coming back to this, and it doesn't feel like I'm spending a lot of time, especially since it's like already 4 o'clock, essentially, because I didn't get switched over fast at all. Yo, what's up, RJ? Welcome in. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep this setup as it is. I have been thinking about changing the weekend scheduling around a bit, just to let more people get into the stream. So those are some thoughts coming that they might change, so we'll see what happens. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be, yeah. But I try to split it down the middle of the stream time, so I usually stream for 5 hours, so each stream getting 2.5 would be half of the time. But it also feels like I'm jiffing. I'm not streaming that long. I like to stream for about 3 hours. Minimum. So it's hard for me to, when I'm doing a 2.5 hour stream on 2 different platforms, it still kind of feels like a 2.5 hour stream. Oh, I see what you mean. The channel points are perfectly balanced. Well, I'll be honest, those of you who say no are more likely to get it than the ones who say yes. Because Hoodoo's a 10% encounter on this route. For the first and foremost, and then everything else is kind of, you have to add all the other encounters and use the probability of those. So yeah, you don't have a really good chance of me finding actually a Hoot on this route, but still, I digress. It could happen. I mean, I want it just because I want a Hoot, and honestly, there's not a good option to get on this route. There really is not. So that is a problem. The other thing is we're gonna have a few encounters that are forced to be that are gonna be forced to get certain things in. So I haven't looked in Galar Mine, but I think I'm forced to get 2 water types specifically. And part of the reason why I'm not looking for water types at the moment is I know Steelix was like, you can fish on Route 2. I'm surprised you didn't go fish. I don't really want to go fish because I'm gonna have to fish later in the game anyway. And a water type right now doesn't really help me out because I'm forced to fish in Hulberry because that's the only encounter you can get in that town. If there is a fishing spot in not Chichester, if there's a fishing spot in Tuffield, I'm required to do that as my encounter. Thank you for the host, 2E. So, and then I'm also required to fish in Galar Mine too. So I'm required to do a lot of fishing encounters. I don't know about how I'm going to do Galar Mine 1. Really, I think I'm going to be able to choose that encounter, because I don't think there's a way to get a random encounter in that route. So if that's the case, I'm going to choose something that I can get based on my team. But I don't think there's a specific way to get a random encounter in that spot. I also don't know what the encounters are in Galar Mine 2. I don't know what kind of specific encounters are going to be there for me to get. So the fishing encounters would mean I get a Barbo, Chichoodle, or a Corphish. All of which I don't have, and all of which I'm fine with getting, so that works for me. I know that Hullberry gives me not Lantern, but Chinchou, Arrokuda, I think a few other things. Oh yeah, so in Sword it gives me Chinchou, Red Stripe Basculin, Wishy-Washy, Choodle, and Arrokuda. So I have a few more encounters there, which honestly I really want that 20% Chinchou out of all those. But even getting a Choodle on this route still means I could find one later. Let me look at Galarmine number 1 and see what I can find there. You'll have to give me a second as I am shuffling through pages to find these encounters. Visible encounters, there are no random. So there are no random encounters, but I can choose between essentially Diglett, which I'm not going to choose because I already have Diglett and Dugtrio. Roggenrola, which I probably will go for. It's 5% though. Woobat, Drillbur, Timber, and Roly-Coly. So out of those, I'm probably going to end up choosing either Timber, Drillbur, or Roggenrola. Because I already have the other ones, and I don't really want to get a Colossal because I already have one. I've already done that hunt, so. Full odds looks so defeating. Yeah, it can be. But you also got to remember that, you know, shiny hunting is like this. Sometimes you get hunts really quickly, sometimes it takes a long time. So you have to look at it in two different perspectives. One is like, hey, you know, there's a hunt down the road, but it's going to be like one encounter because I'm going this far over odds. So, yeah, Galarmine 1, I'm going to have to just choose a counter. Same with like the Fire Gym. Because you're not technically allowed to... Yeah. It's kind of hard to work around it. So, I don't get to choose my fossil. That just depends on what 2 I get. And then I have to just keep resetting it. So, that's cool. Which I did think about. I'm watching somebody do a sword playthrough right now, and they just got to Galarmine too. And I'm like, oh yeah, you really can't get a random encounter in the cave unless you fish. So, I mean, I guess that's fair. But honestly, we're getting the 2 water types at the point I need to grab 2 water types right before the third gym. So. Honestly, out of those that I mentioned in Galarmine 1, I think honestly getting the Timber would probably be our best bet. No, because it's a trade evolution. It's a trade evolution. And I don't have a way to trade at the moment. So I'd be stuck with a Girder. I mean, Eviolite Girder's not bad. But I'd have to have Eviolite Girder. So I probably don't want to get that either. Which would leave me having an Excadrill. Or going for another, or a Boldore. So, not great options, man. Not great options there. The music is also routed repetitive. That will be rectified once we get past this route. Because I can't get the earbud to change the sound balance until that point in time. Because you get it in Moto Stoke, and that's the next town that I got to get to, which is on the other side of this route and the main location. So the first two runs are going to be like this. I'll have the music off for the next one, which hopefully will start soon. It is kind of dumb, but that's how they. Why decide a game to do that? Ask Game Freak. I don't know. Probably because they didn't expect somebody to sit here and hunt like this. Because they never, they really don't cater the game to shiny hunters at all. Like, they never cater it to shiny hunters. It never has been. Like, they started putting shiny locks in the game. So, they don't expect someone to sit on this route and listen to the game audio over and over and over again. While they're shiny hunting this early in the game. So, I'm doing it because I'm trying to do it with a playthrough with only the shinies. And I kind of... don't want to progress with just a Butterfree at this point in time. So yeah. I do think I'll get it soon. I mean, I'm almost at double odds at this point. I mean, it's 40.96, so like double odds is 81.92. So I'm just about a little less than 1,000 shy of that. About 700 shy of that, actually. 800. So. But honestly, I'm not minding it as much as like the Reggies are a lot more annoying. Because the Reggie, when you're doing one specific Pokemon and resetting or re-encountering the same Pokemon over and over again, that gets annoying. But I'm encountering different things. I'm moving. I'm not just sitting in the same place. So it's a little bit more entertaining to me than just, oh, I gotta reset the game right now, or oh, I gotta do this, or yeah. I gotta do this puzzle again. Like, nobody wants to do that. Again. But I definitely get what you're saying about the game, the music being repetitive. Especially since we've done it, for almost, what, 1,400 encounters? 14,000 encounters, my apologies. So. But it really does depend on what I get on this route. Will influence my Galarmine too. Kind of between, I am going to be between getting a Drillbur for an Excadrill or getting a, or getting the, what was the other thing I was mentioning in that route? Or a Gigalith. I kind of want the Gigalith because the shiny's freaking awesome. But I think it's going to be between those two. Everything else I'm not going to go for. Because I don't want Conkeldurr because it's a trade Evo. I've already done Swoobat. And I don't really want a Psychic type. I guess Swoobat would be really good. So, no. What do you mean? So I can focus on the project? No problem. Do the project. I guess it really does depend on what I get. Swoobat wouldn't be bad. And it would be a yellow shiny. So, just saying. Shiny hoo-hoo. Dang it. Yep. We're gonna have to see. I don't know what Route 3 is gonna give me. I probably want Route 3 Galar. I don't want an Arcanine. Like, that's not going to be on my list to get. We do get a chance in a Machop, a Pancham, a Clink, Mudbray, Rookie D, or Sizzlipede. And Sizzlipede is a 1%. Or we could do Berry Trees and get Cherubi Swirlbit. Growlithe is not in the random encounters, nor is Vulpix. So, I don't know what I would want on that route. Honestly. I know I don't want a Machop, but I'm gonna get it. I don't want a Rookie D. Yeah, the random grass is probably gonna give us a duplicate on that route, because it's a 35% chance for Rookie D and a 20% chance for a Machop. But I do think Pancham will be the one I want to go for, specifically. So. And then I have that other encounter, and then I got Route 4. So. Which is cool, because I'm going to have a full team by the first gym, essentially. Because I get... This will be 2, Route 3 will be 3, mine will be 4, Route 4 will be 5. And then if I get an encounter in... Top Field. I don't think there is wild encounters in Top Field. That would be 6. That would be a full team. So... But the reason I did it the way I did it and put the first wild encounter in between is because I only get one encounter. I get the Route 5 encounter, and that is it between the first gym and Holberry. I guess I could do... I guess I could do the mine and the encounter in Holberry itself. But let's see what Turffield's got for me. I don't like Why did I get IGN? Who would put IGN? I think that's like worse than Bulbapedia, and that's hard to do. You can get a Crawdont, but it is level 50 and you can't get it until after, so there's not an encounter in Turffield. Good to know. I didn't think there was. Bulbapedia is only good for sprites. The information is usually never correct. I much prefer Cerebi. Yeah, there's no encounters on route on that. So I have 4. I have a team of 4 by the first gym. Which we can fill out by gym by the second gym. Just find it quicker because it's the first thing, because they make it so they're the first thing. Every time you do a search result, Bulbapedia is the first one that comes up most times because they made it. They've paid Google to put them up top. So, yeah. I like their sprite database, and that is about it. They're cluttered with ads, and I just don't like the look of it. Plus, it's a Wikipedia site, so that's another problem with it that I have. Yeah. The one thing I also find funny about the music scenario that we were talking about is that we do it like I forget that there's actually something where Charizard is on the layout, because that's where the capture for the music goes, but it's just not working because we're not playing the music at the moment. So I find that pretty funny. I don't know. Man. But I do think Pancham will be my run for the next route. Plus I really like Pangoro. And it gives us a dark type for Bead. And if we can keep till late game, it will do really well against the 6th and 7th gym. And even the 8th gym. Fighting types are really good in this game. Like, really good. You can use it to beat the that's his Dreadnought. It's resistant to Gmax Centiskorch with because of its fighting typing, and you can teach a rock type move. Not really help you against the 4th or 5th gym. But it does run the fate of the 6th and 7th gym. And then not bad option for Raihan in the 8th gym. And then really good for the Macrocosmos and Team Yell. So, fighting types do really good in this game. Fairy types do as well. Fairy types do really well too. And steel types are pretty good for the gym section of the game, depending. I know. I really like the dark fighting type as a type combo. It's probably my second favorite type, well, third favorite type combo. Behind water, ground, fire, fighting, and then fighting steel. I mean, fighting dark, my bad. I would say it's probably my third favorite type combo. I could do a video on my favorite type combos. I haven't done that yet. I did one on my favorite, on which type combinations I want to see. Type combos. That would be a ranking. I don't know how I would do that because there's a lot of type combos out there. Hey, and I just gave you my top 3, so. Anything in Fairy, bottom of the list. Honestly, I love Psychic Fairy, so can't say anything about that. Also, Sat's video was a banger. I'm glad you liked it. I think I'm gonna do it for every region. Kanto is a rough one because I really can't mess with it since it only had Kanto Pokemon, and then Black and White, the original games, I can't mess with those either. So I'm gonna be focused on Black and White too if I do Unova. Which I don't think really needs a lot of changes. Yeah, Volkner's team got absolutely like decimated. Well, I've already done them. Like I sat at work one day during lunch, and I've fixed them all. So I have one for Sinnoh, one for Hoenn, one for Kalos already. I don't need the Johto one anymore. And that was just based on what I remembered. I couldn't remember. I didn't have access to the internet because I was like in a cement building, so you didn't get really good connection. So it's kind of just going off of what I remembered the gym's having. And since I'm really well versed in Sinnoh and Hoenn, I knew those ones. And Kalos I had just played through, so could remember some things about it. But I definitely need to work on Unova, on Black and White 2 Unova. I don't think there's really that many problems with it. It's like I haven't noticed any as I've been playing through the game. So maybe it doesn't need changed. I guess the one thing they did with Black and White was that they kind of hard reset the franchise, and so they still stuck to the gym leaders having Unovan Pokemon. The only thing would be fixing like 1 or 2 Pokemon. Like I know Elisa has 2 Omolgas, and obviously you could swap that out for a Joltik or a Tynamo to make that team better. Or even give her a freaking Stunfisk. And like Berg has a Swadloon and a Leavanny, and there's other bug types you could use too, like a Whirlipede would be a better option, I think. So Stunfisk doesn't suit Alyssa's character though. I mean, that's the point. It's like the complete opposite of what you would expect. So there you go. There are other, like, I mean, you're telling me Zebstrika matches her personality? Nah, the Emolga matches her personality better than anyone. Trying to be a cutesy person, even though Emolga's like the worst Pokemon in the world. Yeah. Plus, you gotta use what you got. There's not a lot of electric types in Gen 5. You have the Joltik line, you have the Tynamo line, the Zebstrika line, the Emolga, Stunfisk. And I'm out. And I'm out. I don't think there's any other ones. But I can't think of any. I'm going through the routes in my head. Yeah, I don't think there's any more. You can't do legendaries. Forehead. Obviously. Yeah. You know. I kind of want to not work tonight, but I also should work tonight. I got kind of frustrated. I actually ended my shift early last night. I was supposed to work till 10. I think I ended at like 9:30. Because it was like, I was working on an order at 9, delivered it by 9:20. And I didn't get an order for 20 minutes. So I just decided... I was like, I think it was like 10 minutes from my apartment. And I was like, okay, my apartment's still in my area, so I can go to my apartment. So I waited for 10 minutes, got nothing, drove back to my apartment, still didn't have anything, and I'm like, at this point, I'm just going to end and call it a night. I was already back, but I don't know. I think that's going to mean I'm going to have to work like a morning during the week, so I'll have to see when I can do that. So if I go, hey, the stream might be late today, you know why. Hoping like Tuesday morning it happens. That would be the best day. Could just push everything back. But I also got homework done at some point. So. And I have very much not worked on it this weekend. I got my stuff done for tomorrow. I think. And I'll double check it tomorrow morning because I have time. And I can't do it. Tuesday's my day off, so I'll definitely be working on homework then. What will my in the middle of the week day off from classes? So I'll probably hammer out everything then. Can't do it Wednesday morning because all day Wednesday morning is my YouTube recording time. And then Thursday, I could do Thursday morning. It's also too late at that point because I have classic. I have classes in the afternoon, so I won't want to worry about that. I've thought about doing like a Thursday night stream after class, like maybe like a 6:30 to like 11 or something like that, but I'm not sure. That might be a change on Sunday. I might just not stream on Sunday and move everything on Sunday over to Thursday. Maybe do YouTube streaming Thursday night instead of Sunday. YouTube recording time. I have to schedule in YouTube recording time. Like I gotta get 2 episodes of Heart Gold done. I gotta get my episode for Saturday done on Wednesday mornings. So plus editing and some other things that pop up. So yeah. And I've done that. I've always done that. When I had my last spring, when I had the schedule, I think I made those. So I had class Tuesday and Thursday morning. And I had class in the afternoons on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I think I recorded actually on Wednesday morning.
How you doing, my guy?
There.
Welcome.
Sylveon Prince, thank you for the host. Appreciate it, my man. How you doing? Welcome on, Sylveon. Okay, call you Sylveon. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for choosing KF6 Productions. And what's going on? But I have been looking at it, and I do think taking Sunday off is going to be better for me. I mentioned on YouTube a bit that I've noticed my viewership and my participation in chat highly goes down when people who are in the community are streaming. I'm leaving that at that point because I looked at the viewer count yesterday and we had an average of 2, and I usually set about 7 or 8. And so I directly correlated that with it's Saturday, more people should be here, but they're not. So because it's the day, it's usually people's day off, and I know people weren't busy. So I think I might be changing Saturday to Saturday morning, and I might be changing Sunday to my day off. I think that'll work better for some other things. I understand that. I mean, Saturday is the day, is usually the typical free day for people. So they'll go and do like sporting events or entertaining activities with family, or go to the movies, or what have you. You drew yourself a profile pic and took an hour to draw. Yo, if you want to send that to me, I'd love to see it. You can join the Discord server, !Discord, or tweet it to me at Chaos6. You can also follow me on Twitter that way too, if you type !Twitter. But yeah, if you want to share it, like, feel free. That'd be cool to see. What is it? What's the picture of? Is it like of your? Is it the one that you have in your profile? I know you from another person's community. I've seen that. I saw that picture. You shared it somewhere on Discord. I saw it. I just don't remember where I saw it at. I think I have an idea, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Nearly 9 o'clock, which means shower time, so I'll see you later. No, you won't, because you'll be in the shower by the time I'm done streaming. So I might have an hour and 45 minutes left to stream, but you take longer than that to shower, because you like to waste water, man. Yeah, if you jump in the Discord, put it in the share things section. Pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, that way other people can see it too. Boom, C dot. Bawam. Oh, that might be a problem. Well, I looked at something and I noticed that there might be an issue with something. Because, I want to look at this. Yeah, I need to look at this wiki real quick. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that might be it. Sorry, I was looking up something because I think somebody messed up. And I'm sort of right, but I don't know how it would work in that specific thing. So I have never done it myself, so it would have to be tested. Oh, did you not get what? Is it not? Is the link not working or something? It should work. I'm hoping it's working. I mean, I don't remember the last time we've used that link, so no idea. Alright, there you go. There you go. Appreciate it, friend. Ah! Counter. Counter it, man. But alas and alack, we will sit here full-on shiny hunting until we find something, so that's great. Cool. I would venture to guess that we would get to about 7,700 today. Depending on how much I can focus and how quickly I can get encounters. So, barring any extraneous unforeseen circumstances, I would expect us to be able to get there. So we started at 73, and I can usually do about 900, so I should be able to get 450, which would be 77. I posted it there. Okay, take a look at that. Ricky D. Dang it. Yeah, I've seen that. Very nice. Very nice. I swear I've seen that somewhere. I just don't know where. What you posted somebody in somebody else's server. I saw it, but I do like it. Very nicely done. No, don't catch the rookie D. Do not catch the rookie D. You can't use it. It's not shiny. It must be shiny, or else I cannot continue. Yep. I'm a mod for a Hyperior. One of my good buddies. Okay, that's where I saw it then. It's like, I know I saw it somewhere. I just don't remember who server it was in. I'm very much a shadow mod. I kind of pop in and out, and lurk around and do things. But yeah, perfectly fine. Yeah, Elvis is great. Elvis is great people. Great people. Love to work with him again at some point. But that's gonna be at some point. I know he's incredibly busy, and I'm also incredibly busy, so we never really hit each other at the right moment. I log into the browser Twitch to join you. I had to log into the browser Twitch. Oh, that's weird. Huh. I don't know why that's happened, but at least the link works, so I know that's good. I don't know why it made you log into the browser, though. Maybe just an authentication thing. You probably had to continue into Discord and then... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Man. Yeah, I am going to be streaming something new tomorrow, by the way, if you guys are unaware. My friend Benji and I, who Benji was here a little bit earlier, and was hanging out with us on YouTube for this stream that we just did. We're going to be playing Don't Starve Together tomorrow, which I've only played one game of, and I didn't know what I was doing, so it's going to go well for me. I'm going to die in 5 seconds. So, if you want to check that out, we'll be live tomorrow at 1. So, yeah. I don't know. I do have to think about, I'm saving a 5IV Pokemon for Hyperior. What Pokemon? Or am I not allowed to know? I'm not allowed to know. But going back to the scheduling thing, I think I'm trying to think of like a good time to stream. I like the 1 to 6 p.m. slot. Honestly, that's my favorite slot to stream because it's a 5-hour slot, which means I'm not interrupted by a meal. Like I don't have lunch in the middle of it, or I don't have dinner in the middle of it, I don't have breakfast. Like I can just kind of sit there for 5 hours and stream and not worry about things. If I move it to the morning, that would require me to be up at 7 a.m. streaming till noon. And I don't think that's going to happen. So, what I might do is get rid of the shiny hunting. No, I would be shiny hunting on that day. I guess what I could do is make Saturday... Well, I'd hate to be Saturdays on YouTube. And only on YouTube. Because it's such a viable option for Twitch at that point in time. So, not to think about it. Maybe I could just get myself a big breakfast. Start at like 9 o'clock and then go to like 2 or 3. But I need to check some other things out. And I'm going to ask you guys' opinion in the Discord, so please stay tuned there. You give them 5 and 6 IV Pokemon all the time. You like, are you breeding them for like competitive or like shiny hunting, Masuda method, and just have extras? Or just have random 6 IV and 5 IV Pokemon for some reason? Both? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I ended up with like a box of 6 IV Togepi's when I did my Togepi hunt. It was kind of crazy. And I have a bunch of Riolus that are 6 IV too. So. Yeah, half my boxes are in my main save are just eggs that I've hatched and I haven't deleted yet. And I tend not to keep them because, you know, I'll keep like 1 or 2 to have, but other than that, no. I have a bunch of boxes that are just random Wonder Trade boxes that have things I've traded for. So that way I can... I'm trying to get like a Master Ball in the game. So I just keep sitting there and resetting it and getting it. You have a Shelmet? Oh, so you need to trade that for a Carablast. So you can get the Excavalier and the Selgor. Fun. Yeah, it's really appreciative. I know a lot of people are appreciative. I am, especially when I was running my draft league, of having people who could trade me things that I needed. Like I used my friend Jimmy. He gave me a 6 IV along with Ninetales with Hypnosis, which was helpful because I had to get the egg move on it. I needed Hypnosis for my champion battle for the season. I got traded a Gastrodon for my team. I got traded a something else I traded away that I didn't use. An Araquanid for my team. That was 4 IVs. Well, it's really helpful to have some people like that to, you know, if you don't have a specific mon, to trade it to you and give it to you. Hyperior actually helped me with, he gave me a, I think it was an Adamant ability caps, a mint. For my, for one of my team members. So. Yeah, but when you're like competitively breeding mons, it's really nice to have other people to help you. I couldn't use some of my resources because obviously I was facing them in the week and I didn't want them to know what I was building. So, also I feel like this encounter number did not go up. I'm just gonna check it. It does. Okay. I don't know why I felt like it didn't go up, but it's me. It be me. Yeah. Of course, if you guys are looking for trades and stuff, you can always go to my Discord server, jump in the Pokemon channel, and see if anyone's available to help you. Helped a few people complete their dexes, and some people who are looking for specific things and whatnot. It's been a lot of help and been a lot of fun. I do wish the Discord server was more active though. I mean, I'm part of that problem because I'm not super active in it either. Because my activity is me posting my content and then occasionally a message or two. Which I need to get better at doing. But my thing is I'm not the most outgoing person. Like I'm a big introvert. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, I know what to type here. I have to really think about it, and it takes more time than somebody else who would just be like, yo, what's up? So it doesn't really work well for me. I'm the same way on Twitter. Occasionally I have some thoughts and stuff I'll post, but it's usually, hey, streaming, or this video went out. Which is nice because it gets people notified that that's going on, and you know, you never know who's going to see what when you post it somewhere. You could post a tweet and have, you know, have somebody retweet it that has a lot of followers and everybody starts coming to your stream and whatnot. Which is very useful. Okay, good to know that the bot in Twitch is very far behind. Yeah, what's up, Nico? How you doing? Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Part of making my G Fuel and then putting them in the freezer for stream is that this tall container that I use always has like ice in it. So, no problem. Yes, sweet. Shaboop. I unfortunately am not finding shinies. I'm kind of here doing DAs as well. What's new? And I'm surprised how. I'm assuming you're still going for the same things, yes? The Dialga and, what, Coco and Solgaleo, yeah? No, it wasn't Solgaleo, it was, Tapu Koko, no, it was Tapu Lele, Solgaleo, and, no, Solgaleo, and, Tapu Lele, Dialga, and something else. Lunala, I think, maybe? I don't know. Nope. Doing random ones. It's nice to spice it up. But you always find the shiny you don't want to find doing this. From my experience. Yep. This is how I think it is, man. You always tend to find the one you don't want from those. Like, oh, I'm hunting these, I'm just hunting random stuff. And, you know, knowing me, I'd get a Moltres raid and I'd find a shiny Moltres that I don't need because I already have one. No. Jeez. Oh no. I think that's how we did it at the beginning, right? I think, yeah, and I found the Tornadus on a whim. Gosh, I'm part of disappointed. So goes the shiny hunting, I guess. I started out on this challenge very ambitious, like, yeah, we can find shinies, woo, let's go. And then now I'm like, I want to stop. Why did I do this to myself? So, very much understand those things happening. Leave me alone, Yampa. Thought I got Tapu Bulu and it wasn't. Bulu. Tabus are easy to tell because they're all black when they're shiny. Like their main color turns to black, and then like the other color becomes like a highlight color. It's like Tapu's like Tapu Koko is black and orange, Bulu is black and yellow, Lele is black and pink, and Feeny is black and purple. Which they're all really sick shinies, and I definitely want to hunt them at some point. But I have the desire to do Dynamax Adventures again, which I just don't want to do. They get very boring after a while, especially when you do them by yourself. Like, I tend to be the only person doing them, or have like one or two other people. It'd be nice to have a community to jump in on that and do it. But I'm just trying to get my shiny Heracross. Get your shiny Heracross. You're not gonna find it through Dynamax Adventures. Go hunt it. You gotta hunt for it if you want it. You know? I just want to get a shiny on this route so I can move on and start using, you know, a playlist instead of listening to game music over and over again. Plus, I want a change of scenery from this route. If I didn't need to make money tonight, I would totally just skip out. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. No. Taking a break from Heracross, we'll carry on later. That's another thing. You gotta know when to take a break from it. Or when to just stop doing the hunt. I'm not going back to doing full ultimate kit. For a bit of time. You know that button doesn't work. Thank you for pressing it, though. Hope somebody gets a shiny from it. Been doing it all day? I wish I had all Sunday to shiny hunt. Actually, I don't. I mean, yeah, I could stream. I'm quite enjoying the hunt we're doing, but I'm also just kind of tired of doing it. But doing this challenge gives me, like, it gives me a goal to pursue while doing it. So it is very much achievement hunting. Plus the idea of not knowing what the shiny is going to be is kind of cool too. You're not expecting, oh, I'm going to get, you know, here's a shiny Pikachu that we're going to find. You know, it could be anything that pops up here. Which makes it really cool. And I think that's going to kind of ruin the Fire Gym hunt, the one for the Galar Mine 1, the Fossil, because I'm going to know what I'm getting at that point. So, I don't know. I did about 400 encounters today. Nice. I should tell you about my Dead by Daylight match I played, my killer match I played yesterday. My friend was like, yeah, he wants to help me learn Dead by Daylight. And so he was doing the tutorial levels, and I decided to play. I had a Trapper perk to get 2 sacrifices. So I'm like, I'll play a game. So I played a game as Trapper. It's funny because I noticed they kept trying to like loop this hook. So I just kept putting traps down by it, and I get somebody like every couple minutes. But the thing was, I had this Meg, and she had a flashlight. And her whole strategy was, I'm going to blind you and then run away. And me not being an absolute noob at the game, just looks up and then hits her every time. It was a really annoying match. Because, you know, it was her, and then they had a really good player on their team. Compared to everybody else, like, it was you could tell that they were a way higher level. Because they were running loops, they were baiting my hits and knowing where I would put traps and stuff, but so but their thing was they were trying to play hatch game, and I caught on to that. I had the Meg and the advanced player left at the end of the game. And they were trying to play hatch game because you could tell they were both on their last hook, and they weren't doing generators. So we were trying to play hatch. And so I knocked the Meg, and I just wouldn't hook them. I just kept knocking them and looking for the other one. But eventually I got the I got it so they were in the same, like I got them in the location, like in the corner of the map. And so I knocked the Meg, hooked the Meg, and then the other, I think it was Jill. So I was right next to him. It's skill-based now, the matchmaking is, I hate what they've done with it. I really hate what they've done with it. I like the number system better. Because now it just doesn't make sense. I don't know how the ranking works. I'm assuming you go Ash, then Bronze, then Silver, then Gold, then like Plat, and then Iridescent or something. But then you have 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. It's dumb. The matchmaking is skill-based. Well, I have not played it for weeks. They changed the thing. So instead of having ranks 1 to 20, you have tiers of skill. So you have Ash, which is the lowest tier, then it goes up the way I mentioned. Sort of like how you would get your prizes at the end of your rewards at the end of the game for like surviving and whatnot, your badges, your emblems. So they did that with the levels, and when you reset, everybody goes back to Ash 4. So on the 13th of every month, you go back to Ash 4. Tomorrow, everybody will be the same rank, which I think is really dumb. Because all that does is everybody who wants, like the people who want to really grind for the higher tiers, to flex on it, will play that first day. And so everybody who's not on the same level or not good enough, they're gonna just lose every match. Which I think is kind of dumb. See, Apex kind of does the same thing, but it puts a threshold on how far down you can go. Like, and their system is backwards. So you start at bronze, go silver, gold, plat, diamond, predator. But they go 1 to 4 instead of 4 to 1. So 1 is the lowest instead of 4. But as long as you are in that color, so like if you were silver, you drop the silver one. If you're gold, you drop the gold one. Like, they keep you relatively in the same bracket. So it's a little bit more balanced. Dropping everyone back down to basically the lowest tier on the reset is not a good idea. Because people will just farm the crap out of the first couple of days. And that's how, like, competitive games like that with rankings. That's how, if they do a reset and they don't have it balanced somehow, that you stay kind of in the same category you're on, it's not going to work well. It's just not going to work well for anyone. Wow. Ooh. I'd rather play something else now. You seem like you're having fun with Dynamax Adventure, so I mean, if I'd ride that wave. We've been playing a lot of Smite lately. We played the last couple nights, and I did really well. I actually had the most kills on our team as a Guardian, which that's a takey class, and you're not supposed to kill anybody. Like, you're supposed to just take the hits and help your teammates, but I ended up getting like the most kills on the team. I think that was the match I had, like, we lost, so that already, as a Guardian, having the most kills already means you lost. But I think I had 6 kills, like 3 deaths, and like 20 assists. So I had the best stats in every category, and I'm like, I did my job. Somebody else got to do theirs, man. We had one match where a guy, he set up to play a Guardian. I'm like, oh, cool. Because I was playing with my friend group, and my friend group very much, we all have the same kind of builds. We all run the same kind of characters. So we all are playing the fast, bursty characters that do a lot of damage, and then get out. None of us really played the supportive stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I kind of have knowledge of my support class, so I'm going to play support. But we got into a match with a random, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to play the Guardian. So I'm like, cool, I can play Warrior, and I can play my more offensive, like, I play King Arthur, who's not really a defensive warrior. He's built for comboing and chaining. And they decided, oh yeah, last second, I'm going to switch to a healing mage. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing you could have done, because if I knew you were going to play a mage, I would have played a Guardian. But no. It didn't go well. Like, we brought it back. It was really close. It was like 20-0 at the end of the game. Which, it's you start at 500 apiece. Who gets to 0 first. So we were pretty close. But I'm like, that guy threw. I'm like, we lost right when we started the game because we didn't have defense. So that was the problem with it. I don't know. I'd like to play Smite for you guys again, but also I'd like to play with people. I mean, I could just run and play a game of Omnipotence and just show you how busted Raw is in the game, but it would get very boring after that. It's very much something I'd rather play with friends, because I'm not skillful enough to... Like, I don't know every god well enough to kind of get a random god and play. Smite looks confusing. It kind of is, but it's not that bad once you get the hang of it. And plus, there's always guides out there to help you. Like, it's basically, you know, I would compare it to Pokemon Unite, but Unite is very, very simplified in comparison. But you still have builds. Like, you can choose what items you put on your gods and whatnot. But it kind of runs the same way. The level system is still important. Taking your towers are important, or the goals in that case. But the thing I like about Smite, not Unite, is Unite you start with your base items. You aren't building things as you're going. You aren't getting new abilities. I mean, you're getting new moves, but that's about it. But with Smite, you can change your build mid-game. You start with nothing, and you basically choose a build to go off of at the beginning. And you can mix and match as you go. It's like, if you know that somebody's going to deal physical damage to you, you can start building physical protections. If that's what's getting you killed, you start building physical protections. They start building armor, you can start building physical, you can start building, penetration. Like, it's really cool because you can play off your opponents. You can see what they're doing and play off of them. So it just depends. Like my friend, it was his first time playing last night because he had the game. He's like, I see you guys playing Smite and I feel left out. I see you guys playing Dead by Daylight, I feel left out. I want to play, so let me do these things. The problem he has is he just gets very angry at the game quickly and doesn't listen to reason at that point. And I'm trying to help him, and I'm not the best person to teach you to play at the game, but like you can get builds from like every time I learn a new god, I see like, oh, I like this god, I think they have a good playstyle. I go on the Smite wiki, find the top rated player, and look at what they build. And then I compare it to other gods that are similar to the one I'm learning, and see what items I'd like to throw on for situations. Like I have an item that reduces cooldowns for your abilities and your ultimate. And I tend to run that on a lot of things. I've also started running... There's an anti-AoE item in the game that you can use, and I tend to run that on everybody now, because everybody... Like, every god has some kind of trapping thing, and it's really annoying. Especially when you're squishy. So... that is a thing. But you do just have to spend some time to learn the game. It's like every game, if you want to play it well, you have to learn. Like you don't just walk into... You don't, since Nico will get the reference, you don't walk in the Dead by Daylight not knowing how to do it, like... not knowing what objective you're going for, not knowing how to do skill checks. Not knowing how to use the item you're running, not knowing what abilities do what. You gotta learn how to do those things. And then use them. You can't just expect to be great at the game the first time you step into it. Which was nice last night, because when I was playing Guardian, my friend was playing a mage, and very squishy mage, and dying a lot. So I ended up, like, basically just playing human meat shield in front of him. So he wasn't getting super upset at the game. But I did find out my gardening is very annoying. Because my ultimate is basically a giant axe that swings around and it chucks you at the end of it. So I can basically... And in Smite, the towers do damage. So I can basically grab an enemy, throw them into the tower, and just have my team waiting there to kill them. While they're also taking damage from the tower. So... It's a quite annoying little playstyle. Plus, if they're trying to get away and I can't beat them, I can always use it and throw them behind me for my other teammates. So I've been really enjoying it. Why don't I have that? Oh, it's like, what is that? Why is that open? I realized what it was. Yeah, you gotta learn a game to play it. That's what it comes down to. I mean, sure, you can play the game. There's a level of each game that you can play casually and not like learn about the game or learn the mechanics and how it works and what things you can do to play better. Until it gets to the point where it's just not fun anymore. Competitive games or player versus player games are going to be that way. Like first-person shooters. They're fun to play until you get higher enough skills that people actually know how to shoot a gun. If you haven't spent the time learning how to shoot your weapon, you're not going to do well. Or if you don't know how to push a building or how to, you know, make call-outs, you're not going to do well. And you just got to learn those things. Same with Pokemon. If you're doing competitive battle and you don't know what, and you weren't aware of like what sets are used on certain Pokemon, you're not going to do well because they're going to throw something at you that you don't expect. It's very common. So you really just got to learn the meta of the game and then go with it. Part of why competitive Pokemon is I enjoy because the meta is. It changes. It honestly in Sword and Shield changes too much. But in like past generations, like Gen 7 was a really good competitive generation. For the fact that it only switched one time and it kind of just lasted. Like, it switched from the Sun and Moon era to the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon era, which just worked. And they didn't change a lot. Like they didn't add a lot of new Pokemon. They didn't add new mechanics. They didn't add new forms. So it just worked well. Sword and Shield, they're like season 10, and the game's been out for I don't know 2 years now, which is essentially 5 changes per year in competitive format, and that's a lot, especially when it was only changing like once every 2 years. So I think that's a bit of a problem, just changing it too much. And of course, like, you gotta change it to add Pokemon Home and stuff, and the DLC did not help with it. It's like, yeah, only certain mons can be added after the DLC, and you have to wait for that. And of course, that shifted, and then they just kept changing the format with, oh, you can't Dynamax these things, or you can Dynamax everything. Oh, you can only use these specific Gigantamax Pokemon. Oh, hey, you can use legendaries. Now you can't. They aren't keeping it consistent at all. And it's really annoying when you're trying to learn the game. So that is I like this generation for its focus on making competitive easier to play in game. But they've changed it so much that it's not the balance is not there. It still feels like you're spending so long breeding that by the time you finish breeding your team, you're gonna be in the next format. So you kind of gotta predict the format at that point in time. I woke up a bit ago because it's gloomy outside. I said I'm just gonna go back to bed. I did that this morning a lot too. What's up, Steelix, by the way? I got up at 8 and I'm like, I was like, I need to get up and start doing things, and I was just really tired, so I slept until like 9:30. So I got behind on sleep and I needed to catch up. So I spent this morning doing that. But it was a bad choice because now I'm like, I wanted to do homework this morning. I wanted to get some other stuff done, and I wanted to wash dishes before I started streaming, and I didn't get that done either. So I know. I'm just hoping that work goes better than it did last night, because work was making me frustrated. And I didn't like it. Because it was like, go drive 10 minutes, go to the store, then drive 10 minutes the other direction to deliver it, then drive back the 10 minutes to the store you were just at to drive 10 minutes back to where you just dropped off something. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I think I was running for like 3 hours or 4 hours or something like that, and I only did like 7 orders because of it. And plus, every time I've done it, which has only been 2 nights, every time I've done it, I've had to wait at this restaurant for like 15 minutes because I didn't have the order ready. I walked into Chipotle last night to pick up 2 orders. They didn't even start it until I walked in and said, "Hey, I'm looking for these orders," and they were like, "Oh yeah, we haven't done it." They had 2 employees on break. The people who were working were not even focused on their job. It was ridiculous. And I'm like, you guys know I make a livelihood out of this too, and you're kind of screwing me over. Because the longer you take, the less money you make. Essentially. So it's kind of frustrating. And then, of course, it was really frustrating when it was like, oh yeah, here's an extra $1 for every extra $1 or 2 for every delivery you do. And they weren't giving out the orders. Like, that was really frustrating. My favorite thing is like, you sure you want to stop? You sure you want to stop working when it's extra pay? And I'm like, yeah, because there's no point in me wasting my time sitting here waiting for nothing to happen. So I might try a different strategy today. The area I'm in is only really busy around dinner time, and then it kind of just shuts down. So I might dash in this area for a minute for dinner time. Then once it gets to like 8 o'clock, switch over to another area and dash there for a bit. The only problem with that is I don't know my area well enough that I can kind of know where I'm going, let alone going somewhere I haven't been yet and trying to do it. So, but I am learning streets and I am learning where things are, so it's helpful. Like a lot of the restaurants, there's two places I typically get from. Main Street, which has like a couple of Middle Eastern and Mediterranean, and it's kind of your culture cuisine. So it's got like Indian, Chinese, Japanese food, Thai. So that's what Main Street has, and then there's Chipotle for some reason. And then there's the other part which has more of like the traditional American style stuff. So there's it's like a salad place, like a healthy salad place, Italian restaurant, not a restaurant. I forget what they called it, Tatorina or something like that, which is like middle class Italian restaurant. It smelled really good. It was good food. It looked really good food. Like it was really good food. But so there's kind of a split, and I know where they are now, so I can get there. The problem is the people who order, like, so DoorDash does zones. And so like they'll pick a big place. So let's say you're in I don't know. Let's say you're in New York City. Why not? So like New York City obviously could be broken down into its boroughs. You got Manhattan, you got Staten Island, you got Long Island, you got downtown area. I don't know what the other borough is. Brooklyn. So you got the boroughs, and that's going to be your area. But somebody from Staten Island can order from Brooklyn, and you have to go to Staten Island to get it. And once you deliver it, you're outside of your zone, and therefore you don't get orders. Since I'm like right next to the border of the zones, people order from the town I'm in the next town over. That's outside, and I have to go there, and then I waste 5 minutes getting back into town. Get an order, which is really annoying. And they won't let you dash in two locations at the same time for some reason. So. I just gotta figure it out. How to do it, how to get around the system. And it's funny because I've started both nights at Chipotle. I mean, it's like the closest restaurant. It's like half a mile down the road. They go to Chipotle. I'm like, alright. I know. Well, I'm glad I could talk about my concerns about work with you guys. I think everybody has a little bit of insecurities about work every now and then, and despite the fact that I'm making good money, I'm not making as much as I want to make because I feel like I'm not as productive as I could be. So I'm hoping that tonight goes better. Like, look, Friday night was really good. It was really, really good. It's like I made more money in the 2 hours, like 2.5 hours I worked instead of the 4 hours. Like, I made more money in 2.5 hours than I did 4. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, given it was a boosted pay period, so. Yeah. But a lot of my money I make, a lot of the money you make is off tips. And I was getting, like, I got a $2 tip per day. I'm like, okay. To be fair, that still was, I'm still, like, well, I'm trying to calculate it, how much a $2 tip would be on that run. That would be it was still a 66% tip. Because it was $3 order. So, you know. Sometimes though, I mean, yeah, work is work. But I went from Friday to really enjoying it to Saturday, like, this is not gonna go well. Like, as a steady source of income, it's not gonna work well. So it kind of requires you to be uber flexible, and I unfortunately am not, because I schedule things very much in advance. So. And I like order. But I am hoping that I can start getting ahead on my school work so I can start picking up some extra stuff. Right now, I've scheduled it to work me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights because I'm like, weekends will be more busy. They'll have more orders. It'll be better timing. Sure. But I have noticed, like, Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning that breakfast tends to work well. So. Just depends. And the good part is, like, not going streaming until 6 makes it so I avoid rush hour traffic. So I don't have to, like, be out at 5 o'clock doing stuff. Also, I am at 75:50. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. So feel free to take a stretch break as well. And I will be back momentarily. Yeah, 61 back. And no shot. No shiny. No encounter. Kind of weird. Usually we get an encounter when I'm away. But alas and alack, we keep it running. Keep it running, we keep it going. And I know I said I'd get this. I don't know if I can get to 7,700. Honestly, I know I can get to 76, but 77 might be pushing it. So I do want to get food before I go to work. Welcome back. Welcome back. We have an emote for that. Yeah. I do like streaming at this time, but I also like having the time after to relax for dinner, but I don't work that time, you know. And do you? Now you're pulling a 2E and just playing dumb. Like how all my mods have a thing that we refer to it as, like, being bad at a game. Being bad at games in general is pulling a Wolfos. Asking a question and not waiting around for the answers, pulling a Nico. Coming in and trying to be a troll is pulling a 2E. Being extremely handsome and good looking is pulling it, like, bruh. They all got something. Kinda crazy. So, you don't even get a chance to bro me. I am not speaking any kind of lie. I'm saying exactly what it is. And if you want to be offended by it, then get better at video gaming. There you go. Boom. Take some practice, man. Going back to that conversation, it just takes some time to learn the game. You gotta practice it, you gotta study it. You gotta do your homework. People showing up to class out doing their homework, man. It's like showing up to a football game and not knowing the playbook, man. It ain't working. I remember doing a football game, and it's funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, we don't have an offensive line because like we had two big dudes, and like the other guys had like 5, and they could just steadily play linemen." I'm like, what we need to do is we all just need to go to the gym and start working out. Specifically bench pressing, because that's the muscles you're gonna engage with that. And then you need to do leg presses too, because you're gonna engage your legs too. And yeah, we didn't have a playbook. We didn't have any assigned positions or anything. It was not good. Did not go well. Although the series I played quarterback, we did pretty good. Series I played. The problem is they were taller, bigger, and faster than us. So I'm like, you can't throw it over the top. I'm like, just keep running slants. Everybody run a slant. I'll hit you on it. If I can't hit you on it, I'm gonna run. It worked well. Had a great time. But yeah. Man, I miss my physique in those days. Man, that's probably the most fit I've ever been. Because I actually, you know, I lost pounds from playing sports. I was incredibly active. Now I just sit around streaming all day. I mean, it's fine. I just don't. My friend group, it tends to be people who are nerds now. As I've gotten older and not my friends growing up were always active and wanting to be like, oh, let's go play basketball, or let's go on a hike, or let's go swimming, or something like that. But my friends now is like, let's talk about this game or this movie or this anime or play this game, movie, anime. I'm like, bruh. I don't know. I miss the physical stuff. I thought I really do want to work out more, but I just don't have the motivation to do it. I'll go for a day or two, and then I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to be cute. Same thing with in-house weights. Like, I will do them for a few times, and then I just don't. Like, I guess I don't really have a goal, and that's kind of what it is. I might need to... I do better with goal orientation than just self-motivation. So if I set a goal for myself, I usually achieve it. Also, I'm way more lenient with myself on working out than I am with anything else. Like content, I'm like, you have to get this done. Physical stuff, you don't feel like it, man. It's all right. Yo, what's up, Mike? How you doing, friend? If one of my mods would like to shout out Kong, check him out. How was Black 2 besides killing my son? It's killing my freaking son, man. I'm still upset about it. I know. I'm sorry. What do you now you just sound like Wolfos. I'm sorry. You didn't plan to. To be fair, you probably just didn't expect head smash from a pig knight, which is I would have, because Emboar runs that all the time, but yep. Cool. Got a Lando though? Lando T or Lando I? That is important. That is very important to this conversation. Just regular Lando, burn it. But regular Lando sucks. You want Lando T. You want theory form. Love Lando T. I mean, I guess Sheer Force Lando Incarnate is not bad either. I mean, it's not bad. I prefer Lando T. More diverse. Better than most mons in my box. I mean, yeah. True. True that. I was doing Black earlier. I had the worst time trying to beat Berg. I had the worst time trying to beat Berg. I had nothing. I ended up having to use, I had a Cottony, a Patrat, a Duat, and a Sock on my team. And I ended up having to use my Cottony to paralyze his first Pokemon. So that we could lower its attack. We could lower its defenses down, that I could get Sock in to set up on it. Which immediately got thwarted by the Leavanny that came in afterwards. So I had to sack the Patrat, then try to get... then got my Whimsicott back, not my Whimsicott, but my Cottony back in to paralyze it. Which it died, and then I had to use Duat to lower the Leavanny's defenses, so Sock could come back in with Focus Energy and return and destroy it. It was a really bad strategy. And plus, Berg just crit the crap out of me. It was worse than fighting Soy in PBL. He just kept critting me. Like, well, I lost because of that multiple times. Like, you see Razor Leaf, you're like, okay, it'll crit occasionally. It's like every time, the first time he used on a Pokemon, it crit. I'm like, dude, that's just stupid. Plus, he would get crits on things like Smackdown. And I had Focus Energy set up, so I was +1 crit ratio and couldn't get a crit. I beat him, but, man, did it take a bit of planning. That's good because now my team is kind of... I've got it more fleshed out now. Finally got a team of 4. That's good. Yeah. It's sad when you don't want to use... Like, the best way to beat Berg early on is to either choose Embor or to have... or to grab Pit of. And I did not choose Embor, and I wasn't using Pit of because I already used Pit of, so... The sad part is, as soon as I beat Berg, I got access to my flying type. Just sucked. But it's what it is, man. My team's really good now. Although I'm not going to do well against Elisa either, because I don't have any real good way to deal with her. I know. 8th gym and Vanilla used Ice Beam froze me first turn. Lol. See, freeze hacks are the worst hacks, because they're the ones that never happen. And so when they do, it's like, dude, this is I'm really unlucky. When your freeze hacks actually happens, it is the worst. And it's still like the worst status condition because you can unthaw literally first turn. I freeze somebody, it's like, yeah, they're frozen. Oh, they're unthawed. And yeah. It's not really a good status condition. I get why it's there, but it doesn't do anything. The guy's Scrafty with Shed Skin. Yeah, that's a good idea. Honestly, Scrafty Moxie kind of just runs that game. I'll be honest. You gotta heal it a lot, but it kind of runs the game. Didn't mean to run into that Rookie D. I think we get to 77. We got a few minutes. Just depends on what I'm going to do for dinner. I think I'm going to have to do a peanut butter sandwich. It's okay. If I have a good night, I can stop and get a milkshake or something. Get home. Depending if I have a good night or not. I don't know. Bob. What's up, Squovit? We like Squovit. We like to see Squovit pop up. Because it runs out of the grass. And then you don't have to worry about it. Then you can just keep going. I don't know. So when are we doing that Shiny Regice hunting multi-con? Is that gonna happen? Never? I think Broken you'd say soon. You really don't want to go back for that thing. Oh, doesn't count. You went back to like what? Ultra Sun and Moon and got it or something? Or Oras? Did you be one of those people? No, I would know. Yeah. One of those people. Poor shame. I mean, I kind of did the same thing with Mudkip, but I kind of deserved... Well... Kind of deserved to at the amount of time I put in that game. You can still get it on Sword, I think. As long as you haven't caught it in the temple, you should be able to get it. I haven't seen anybody do the Regice thing where they just traded over their shinies and they traded over their other Reggies and what happens with it. So. Because I don't know if you can technically complete Peony's quest if you don't deal with the one in the temple. Because I have no idea if that works. Because I know people have traded them over to get, because they didn't want to hunt them again, but I think they caught the ones still. And then just went for Regieleki or Regieleki and Regidrago. I caught it in Shield. I don't think in Sword. Right, you have both games. Forgot about that. I need to get a copy of Shield. Just for best team for Shield, then I can get rid of it again. I'll probably rent that at some point to do it. It's like I'd need to rent it for what, like a month or two? I'd probably rent it for like 20 bucks. Unless somebody's like, hey, here you can borrow my copy for a couple months. Cool. That is the only reason I need it. I do not want to have the game itself for any other reason. But to do the research for that playthrough and do that playthrough and then be done. So. Shiny Hoodoo, dang it! Why must you do this to me, game? How much over odds must I go? Or it is deemed worthy enough. I've been seeing a lot of long hunts lately, though. A lot of people going over odds for hunts. Oh. I don't know. But, you know, our luck turns around eventually, right? At some point. Hopefully. It's like Jimmy and Nico are like, hey, you wanna do a multi where we hunt Feebas? And I'm like, I don't want to hunt Feebas. I really don't. I don't know. I'm gonna suit it. I don't want to fish for it. We still did a multi. I don't remember. I think we just... Yeah, we did just random hunts, and I ended up finding the Caterpie. Right. At some point, but not now. Yeah, my luck is garbage. Like, absolute dog water. As per this hunt, you can tell. Oh, but you said no. Well. Yeah, I want to get back to it. I'm kind of saving it as a back burner hunt for... I'm saving it as a back burner hunt for once I find a shiny and I don't have time to get to the next route before the next stream. So like if I find this on a Saturday and I can't do it by Sunday. So it's kind of what I'm trying to have it for. Good, I had sword, but you have both. So. Yeah, after Let's Go, I decided I was never buying both games again. I just don't see the point in doing it. I only got both Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee because I wanted the shiny hunt in both games. Right. I can always do Masuda method for the ones that are Shield that are the other game exclusive. So there's really no point in my mind now to get both. It's gonna make me think about what Pokemon I want for Diamond and Pearl remakes. So use sword for the egg lock. Right. Right. I just made a second account. I still have my main profile, but this is my second one. Like I have 2 accounts. I have my account and extra. And I'm playing on my extra account. And so every playthrough I've done in the game besides my main one, it was on this account. So when I did my surprise lock, it was on this. When I did my best team for sword, it was on this file. I've reset this one many times. Mostly because there's not anything I wanted to transfer over. Like, they were all just Pokemon. So, this one I want to keep the shinies. So, I'm gonna find a way to trade. So, I won't reset this file until I trade them. And then once I trade them, I'll be like, okay, I can reset it or delete it or whatever. Yeah, a lot of people don't think about the second profile thing because it wasn't back in the day. Wasn't a thing. I'm glad that you can have multiple profiles now. The only thing that I don't like is if you want to take advantage of trading online, you have to be on a profile that's connected to an account. And my main is the only one that is connected to a Nintendo account, so I can't trade online. Doesn't mean I can't trade in person though. Or make a new account for a day and get a free trial. So, kind of what I've been doing with Pokemon Bank. I've been waiting to find Celebi. And then I get a Pokemon Bank for a day for free. And then trade everything over and up. And go from there. I don't like getting a random text from a number I don't know. Oh, I keep getting messages about I won this thing. Here's your... Like, my phone company's like, here's your bill. Thanks for paying your bill. Here's this. And I'm like, I know that's spam. I know that's not a link to click on. Just because you say, like, I paid my bill and here's the thing for it, like, I'm not going to click on it. I can go look at my bill on my account. I know how to do it, forehead. The things that people fall for, though, it's just funny. It's just kind of funny to me. Ugh. Man. We should be able to get to 77. I might try 750 depending on where I get there. I'm used to it every day in tech support. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a thing though. That do be a thing. Like, people are so gullible. It's not even funny. I don't know how they got so gullible. I really don't. They took over my CPU and they got my info. I'm like, yeah? Why'd you click on a link that you don't know and you don't trust? Why don't you have a firewall or an antivirus software? Like, bruh, come on. My favorite one is the ones that are facading as a beautiful lady, and they're like, "Hey, you can click my profile to watch my things that, you know, are Monka TOS." I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. I got one that evolved though. I'm like, I was messaging it on stream. I'm like, pretty sure you're a bot, and they just respond, "How?" But I'm not a bot. You know, like, why would you say I'm a bot? I'm like, oh wow, they evolved to answer the bot message. That's fun. Just face palm. I know, right? It's just... that's dumb. The ones, like, the fact that people waste their time, instead of doing something good with, like, real and worthwhile with their life, they're like, let me scam somebody. Like the one where they're like, hey, you need a wire. Oh my gosh, Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? No shiny for you today, I guess. Hey. Thanks for the raid. What's going on? How was the rest of your stream? Hope it was enjoyable despite not finding a shiny. Solid Throd. I think I said that right. Let me know if I didn't, and I'll try to remember. Marvin, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you, Bree. Welcome in. Raiders, my name is Chaos. I'm primarily a Pokemon content creator here on the platform, but I am doing a little bit of everything else. I'm going to put a nice little command in chat for you guys. Make sure you click on that link if you just joined, so that way you don't have the refer raid in your browser, so it counts as a view. Helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. But I hope the rest of your stream was well. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for choosing Chaos 6 Productions for your entertainment purposes for the rest of the day. I'll be live for a little bit longer. I gotta go work in about an hour. So, just shiny hunting, doing full odds on this route, not having any luck whatsoever. That's how it goes. So, and I think we did get a shout out for Jimmy. If you're not checking out Jimmy, awesome dude. One of my personal inspirations and greatest friends. Who is also the content creator. So go check him out. Jimmy's a lot of fun. That was a good time. Sad, bruh. I feel that, man. I feel that. I was just talking about how I've noticed a lot of people going over odds for shinies, and I'm like, this is dumb. But we turn it around eventually, right? At one point, it's going to start giving you, like, second encounter shiny, 19th encounter shiny, 23rd encounter shiny, first encounter. Like, you're going to start getting those lower hunts. Which is what I'm looking forward to. Because once I get off this route, I should get, like, less than 100 and find a shiny on Route 3, which would be awesome. So, very excited for it. Very excited to be off this route. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know what you guys are into on your Sunday afternoon. Can I say afternoon still? It's night. Sunday evening. It is evening now. 5 o'clock is evening. I forget where the cutoff is, but I know it's like noon to like 3 or 4 is afternoon. No, I think it's noon to 5. Noon to 5 is afternoon. 5 to like 8 is evening. And then like 8 onwards is night. Meanwhile, you have morning, which starts at midnight. It goes until noon. Why do they have so many words for nighttime? Oh, you also got to remember after morning. And there's another raid from Wolfos, which I did not expect at all either. Welcome in. I'm glad you finally found your freaking mirror shield. I'm sitting there face-palming the entire time because I knew where it was. And I hope you caught on to my subtle hints of where it would be. But hopefully, but maybe not. Go check out Wolfos. Oh my gosh, you have a text of message there, DJ. What's up, though? Text of message? You have a block of text there. Sheesh. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for choosing Chaos 6 Productions for your viewing interest. My name's Chaos. Primarily the Pokemon content creator. And I do a little bit of this and that. If you want to check out the schedule, you can check it out. And since we always don't do the Raiders command, go click on that link. So that way you count as a viewer. Because it really helps me out, and I would appreciate it. But I'm hoping the seed was better. It was my shortest time yet, but at least it's sub day. You got sub 1 day. That's nice. DJ with the follow, welcome in. Thank you for clicking the follow button. Welcome to the Chaotic Nation, my friend. Welcome in. It's nice to have a follower that's not a hotspot. It really is nice. I really appreciate that in these trying times of Twitch. It's just so refreshing not to have do and see Haas _ dum dum. Like, bruh. Didn't have Rudo's letter, so I couldn't go to the ice area until I found it. Yeah, you did. You forgot to do the Deku Scrub Theater Skull Mask, which I noticed you had the Mask of Truth, and I'm like, I don't even know if you can get that check now because I think you have to have the skull mask. But I've remembered that you can't always go back to the skull mask salesman and get the older masks and use them again. So I'm assuming that's what you did. Unless you got it with Mask of Truth, which would be kind of cool. But, yeah, it was what I forget what the pathing was. It was Rudo's letter was in that grotto. You had to go get Rudo's letter to get into the fountain or something. And then you went into Ice Cavern to get the shield. Or something like that. So. And where? Yeah, I told Jimmy, he's like, man, this seed is rude. I'm like, it's not really that bad. He's like, why? You have to do every dungeon. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, you went into Shadow Temple. You didn't, like, when I popped in and you were in Shadow Temple, I'm like, she doesn't even need to do any other dungeon. She could literally just go and finish the game right now. Barring whatever trial she had to finish. And you're like, I didn't have to do light trial. I'm like, you have the strength upgrades to 3. You have the bottles. Like, you just need to go get the shield and done. Also, you got stuck in Spirit Trial, yeah, without the mirror shield. Couldn't you have just used Din's fire or a fire arrow on the sun things? I'm not quite sure if that works that way, but I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they do that for something or other. So. Jimmy reminded me to get the skull mask. Well, I told you, like, my first hint to you was, hey, you have still the Keton mask on and not the skull mask. You didn't get that one. And I'm like, okay. What other subtle hint can I drop? It's like, well, you remember you got to check everything with the items when you get them. I'm like, nah. Yeah. Sorry, phone call, no problem. So I'm hoping you understand that you need to get the, you just didn't do that quick. Which, if you're doing mask check, if you get the mask, you got to do the checks before you start going through it. So, yep. Look at how that is. It was. Well, those of you who aren't checking out YouTube, by the way, missed a very tactile battle with Bugsy, not Bugsy, Berg. Which made me play out of my mind. So, yeah. So I'm doing a Black 2 Let's Play. I've never beat the game, so I'm doing it on my YouTube channel on right now on Sundays. I say right now because I'm thinking about switching my schedule up. So I might move it to Thursday night and then have Sundays as an off day instead, so I can get some other work done. But it really just depends on how it is and stuff, and what I decide to do. I know the viewer count is going to look a lot better. I was talking about the weekends have not been doing well for me, so I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Maybe stream at a different time. And try some other things out, but I'll have to look at it again. I'll probably be posting something in the Discord later tonight about it. So, you know, I got stuck in there, so I timed out. Yeah, I saw you say your game glitched, and I kind of ignored it because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to talk about this while I'm streaming. So, kind of didn't mention it, but I did see it. I don't know. The first stage? Yeah, I think we were having a conversation about being bad at video games or learning how to do things when you were doing that. I'm like, bruh, you gotta learn how to shoot an arrow. That is what is stuffing you really hard in that game. I was also curious why you were using the Master Sword when you had Big Sword. I didn't understand that, but I mean, you can play what you want. I actually nailed most of my arrows, then why didn't you need to use a green potion to heal yourself? Question. Get a big sword. You gotta not forget things, man. You are incredibly forgetful when you play Zelda, I guess. I was thinking the same thing. I know, right? I just didn't want to say anything because I don't want to be like backseat gaming. Where I'm like, you got big sword. Why would you not use the big sword? Like, okay, she has Master Sword, she wants to use the shield with it. Got it. And you're like, no, I don't. I have a Hylian shield. I just don't want to use it. I'm like, then why are you not using the big sword? That's like the only benefit of using a Master Sword over a big sword is having a shield. Didn't make sense to me. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. I got really scared that you soft locked yourself, but I did remember. It's like once I saw the Mask of Truth on your thing, I'm like, ah, crap. She didn't have Mirror Shield. She forgot it. She can't go get it now because. But apparently there is a check you can do on the Deku Theater with the Mask of Truth. And I didn't know that. It's supposed to be a nut container upgrade. So, second Ganon was cutting a cake with knife so easy. The second Ganon is a pretty easy fight, unless you don't have big sword. Then it sucks. Because then you gotta use bombs, and that's no fun. Because that is a lot, that is a very big brain. I'm lucky that in the, I don't know, like 8 seeds I've done. Hammer works too. Hammer would be an option, but you gotta have hammer. I wanna look. How many seeds have I done? OTR. In my 7 seeds I've done, I have never had to use bombs or the hammer to beat this Ganon. I've always had big sword. So, say by say I'll walk around in the whack when he stops moving. Yeah, you gotta take some time though to do that. At that point, I would just use bombs. They're a lot more effective. Just drop a bomb, run away, and let them blow up by it. Heck, you've got the skill, chuck the bomb, shoot an arrow through it, and blow them up. My strategy is just light arrows. Light arrows work, but they don't do damage, really. Because they stun him, and that's about all they got. Like, half the time, I don't even use light arrows in that fight, because I'll just, like, he'll come at me, I'll roll between his legs, hit his tail, he'll do this little animation thing, turn around, rinse, repeat. Until you knock him down. Then he's like, oh, here's your Master Sword. In which you promptly put Big Sword back on, and then switch to your Master Sword to do the final blow. They made that fight really easy. For no reason whatsoever. Which is very weird, because, like, I just finished...
Boys!
Thank you for gifting a sub to DJ. Enjoy your gifted sub. You're added for viewing your sub mascot and access to our 5 tier 1 emotes. Appreciate the gifty. Enjoy being subscribed. Forget what I was talking about now. Oh yeah, I just finished Skyward Sword, and the Ganon fight in that is ridiculous. I mean, technically it's Demise, but it's still form of Ganon. The Demise fight is stupid. I want to know how to cheese it, besides switching controllers. I have no idea how to cheese it. So. And I also apparently did it wrong, because you're supposed to stay close to Demise, so he doesn't do his charge thing at you, but if you can swing fast enough, you can hit him with the stun before he gets to you. So, I don't know. I'm just glad I don't have to fight him again. That battle was stupid. It was so stupid with motion controls. It was not going well. I know. They tend to make the Ganon fights pretty simple. It wasn't that bad, but the controls made it really hard. Like, first part motion controls worked well. First part on Pro Controller did not work well at all. Second part on motion controls is impossible. Second part on Pro Controller is extremely easy. And I remember saying, I'm going to make this look really easy once I get there. Once I figure out how to do it, I'm going to make it look really easy. And I don't even know if I took damage on the second phase of Demise when I beat it. It's like the Ogdo Bogdo in what's it called? Jedi Fallen Order. I kept dying to it. And then, like, the time I beat it, I took literally no damage. I'm like, this is stupid. How? Whatever. Then boom, easy. See, I appreciate games like that make you have to get better at it to beat it. But also, they force feed you motion controls in that game. It is kind of disgusting. I don't know. Not a Choodle. I don't want the Choodle. I'm gonna find one later. I don't want it right now. You will be happy to know, Jimmy, that one of my routes, Choodle, will be the thing I'm hunting. But it is not for a little bit. Ugh. I am going to hit 770. 70. I'm going to hit 7,700. And then we're going to call it a day. I got to get to work in about 45 minutes. And I want to get dinner and get mentally prepared for it. So, barring we find a shiny before then. And then, obviously, we're going to stop at that number. So. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. But I will invite you guys to follow if you haven't. We're going to do something a little bit different tomorrow. Playing Don't Starve together with some of my friends. So we'll see how that goes. And that's going to be the Monday slot for a while. And I have an idea what I want to do afterwards. Despite the fact that I've been saying I'm going to play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, I have not done that, and I'm putting it off. I want to wait until next year when it's closer to the re-release of... It's closer to the release of Breath of the Wild 2. Before I do that. So. Just to help out. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream, though. Try to make them as entertaining as possible and try to keep the conversation going. We had a funny thing happen on YouTube, which was the chat. YouTube chat does not like Discord, the word Discord, so you cannot type it in the chat, or like completely ruins it. It's kind of funny. It's like, I can't send you the message with Discord. I'm like, okay, I had to spell it out to get it to work correctly. Like, okay, that's cool. It's funny because it doesn't like Discord, but it really doesn't like Twitch. But it has to deal with it because it's a command. Haha. Haha! Alright, last 10 encounters, let's get something good. A shiny bird, shiny owl. Mr. Owl, how many encounters does it take to get a shiny Pokemon? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. How many encounters does it take to get a shiny Pokemon? The world may never know. Thank you. Mr. Owl. I am gonna call it Mr. Owl if it's male. But I gotta get it shiny. I mean, I have another chance at Hoot Hoot. I don't want to take the other chance at Hoot Hoot. Because it's not as useful at that point in time. It's way more useful now, because I can use it for the grass gym. If I don't get it now, I have to wait till after the grass gym. And then flying doesn't do well. I guess it's helpful for the 4th gym. And at this, well, I have a Butterfree, so like I got a Butterfree for the 4th gym. I'm not worried about it. Like as long as I can keep Butterfree alive, which that'll be fun. Butterfree's gonna carry for the first little bit of this game. I just really don't want a Blip Bug because having a Dottler and a Butterfree and a Metapod at the same time is not gonna go well. That will not be fun. It's like I have hyper defense. Yeah. I know, man. Bug catcher chaos. People are gonna be like, "You're A-Drive. You're trying to be A-Drive." I'm like, "No, I'm not." Just keep finding bug types. I don't want them. They're good, but they're okay, and I like them for the most part. But like, bruh, I want diversity. I want a good team. I don't want to have to try to play out my mind with bug type Pokemon. Alright, last encounter. Here we go. Let's go. 7,700. 7,700. Let's get it. Route 2. I didn't know what route I was on, but thank you. Alright, well, apparently I'm not getting that, whatever it was. Hoot Hoot. That's a Blip Bug, and it's not shiny. Yay. 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 Never is shiny. They're never shiny, are they? Like, they are just never shiny. Right, let me out of this battle. This is bugging you. Wow. Redeem the dad joke, bro. I'm just kidding. Alright, let's step out of the grass so I don't get caught by wild and Pokemon. But, if we're gonna save here, and I will pick that up. When are we shining hunting next? On Wednesday. So if you want to check out the shining hunting stream, back on Wednesday. Until then, you can check out the rest of the schedule. I will put it in the chat for you. I just remember how to spell schedule. Took me a second, but we got it. So yeah. I'll be back then with some more shiny hunting if you want to hang out. I'm going to find you a raid target, which I literally just figured out in 5 seconds. So stay tuned for the raid. Join us as we send the community to a fellow streamer, a good friend of mine. And it has been a while since I've got the chance to raid Song. Well, let's go check out Songbird and the Garden. She's doing some Dynamax adventures here, looking for Articuno, Tapu Fini, and Latias. So definitely check out Song. Good friend, great content creator. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the day. Feel free to check out the rest of my social media. You can type !socials if you want something specific. You can type !YT, !YouTube, !Twitter, !TikTok, !Discord for ways to stay connected with me. I appreciate it. I'm live pretty much every day besides Thursday at the moment on the channel. So if you're not following, you want to see more content from me, you like the vibe, go down below, hit that follow button. Join us for some more fun in the future, and I will be back tomorrow with Don't Starve Together with my friend Benji. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you joining us, and I will catch you in the next one. So until then, my name is Chaos, and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.